in kinetic method is mainly used for estimation of enzymes. তোরা একটু যদি ভালো করে দেখিস, if you notice minutely, you can easily understand that until the normal parameters where we were measuring concentration of that parameter, we were using endpoint, and those reactions were mainly chemical reactions. So chemical reactions where a substrate was getting converted into a colored product, and we were measuring the concentration of colored product or the absorbance of the colored product, and it was equivalent to the analyte. For that reaction, we were providing an incubation period that was a fixed time, and after that time we were taking only one reading, one measurement, that was end point method. At the end of the reaction we were measuring the absorbance. But here in kinetic method we measure mainly the enzyme activity or the enzymes. So what is the role of an enzyme? So it increases the rate and it helps the conversion of substrate to product. So it is not directly, its concentration is not directly related to the product, but the rate of formation of product is equivalent to the enzyme activity or concentration of enzyme. If there are a huge number of enzymes in a solution and less substrate, it will take lesser time. If there is less enzyme and larger substrate, so it will take more time. So here we are taking the kinetic method, and in kinetic method we take multiple readings at an interval of fixed time. Suppose of 60 seconds or 30 seconds, interval is fixed, and we will take multiple readings like 3 or 4 readings. Okay, so that interval or the reading after the interval helps us determine the rate. How? That is the delta A per unit time. Delta A per unit time, right? And this is equivalent to the enzyme concentration or enzyme activity, right? So all the enzymes like SGOT, SGPT, alkaline phosphatase, this amylase or lipase, these enzymes are estimated by kinetic method. So if asked in your viva, you should all answer clearly what is the difference between endpoint and kinetic method and what are the uses of these two methods. Clear? So now coming for today's enzyme, that is amylase. What is amylase, or what is the importance of amylase? Breakdown of starch, right? Or it breaks the alpha 1,4 glycosidic bond. In starch, starch is what? Starch is a homopolysaccharide of glucose. So two glucose molecules are connected by alpha 1,4 glycosidic bond, and a long chain is formed. A straight chain is known as amylose, branch chain is known as amylopectin. So whichever enzyme breaks down the amylose is known as amylase. Clear? Acha, what are the sources of amylase enzyme in our body? Salivary gland and pancreas. So there are two sources of amylase enzyme. Why source is important? Whenever we will find the clinical correlation, if the concentration is higher, found higher, so we have to correlate what are the sources of amylase, right? So the sources of amylase enzymes are salivary gland and pancreas. And what are the types of amylase in our body? There are 3 types of amylase: alpha, beta and gamma. Here we will measure alpha variety because alpha variety is of the major variety. Okay. So alpha amylase we will measure here. So that was the introduction part of amylase. Amylase is an enzyme that is that helps in breakdown of starch by breaking alpha 1,4 glycosidic bonds, and it is secreted from salivary gland and pancreas. It can be of 3 types, alpha, beta and gamma variety. Here we are measuring alpha amylase concentration. Okay. Now come to the principle of this test. Principle, the method of this estimation process is kinetic method, and the principle, write down the principle. Alpha amylase helps in hydrolysis of 2-chloro-4-nitrophenol glycosides. 2-chloro-4-nitrophenol glycoside into chloronitrophenol and smaller carbohydrate molecules. Two chloro-4-nitrophenol glycosides, this is to be specific, is maltotriose. Okay. So alpha amylase helps in hydrolysis of 2-chloro-4-nitrophenol into chloronitrophenol and smaller carbohydrate molecules. So what is this? This is nothing but a chloronitrophenol attached with a carbohydrate moiety or starch like chain, that is glycoside, and it is, to be specific, maltotriose. What is maltose? What is maltose? Glucose plus glucose. Maltose is glucose plus glucose. Okay, কারণ starch ভাঙলে আমরা কি পাবো? alpha 1,4 bonds will be there. So maltose is nothing but disaccharide of glucose only. So maltotriose মানে তিনটে maltose পরপর লাগানো আছে একটা CNP এর সাথে, 2,4-CNP এর সাথে maltotriose. So whenever amylase acts, কি করবে? এই বন্ড গুলো ভাঙবে, তাহলে মাল্টোজ রিলিজ হবে। আবার মাল্টোজের মধ্যে কি আছে? গ্লুকোজ আছে, তার মধ্যে হলে গ্লুকোজ ভেঙে যাবে। তাই আমরা মাল্টোজ এন্ড গ্লুকোজ পাবো, নাম্বারস আর নট ফিক্স। তিনটে মাল্টোজও পেতে পারি, একটা মাল্টোজ, চারটে গ্লুকোজও পেতে পারি। ক্লিয়ার? টোটাল কটা গ্লুকোজ থাকবে এর মধ্যে? 6টা, তাই তো? maltotriose এর মধ্যে there will be 6 glucose molecules connected by alpha 1,4 linkage. বোঝা গেছে? So the principle of this test is যে amylase will facilitate the conversion of 2-chloro-4-nitrophenol in presence of water to convert into chloronitrophenol and smaller carbohydrate moieties. ঠিক আছে? Now write the rate of hydrolysis is measured as an increase. The rate of hydrolysis is measured as an increase in absorbance. Increase in absorbance due to the formation of chloronitrophenol. So the more amylase present, the more CNP will be produced, the faster they will be produced. So here it is written that rate of hydrolysis is measured as an increase in absorbance of formation or due to formation of chloronitrophenol. Clear? Which is proportionate to the alpha amylase activity in the sample. which is proportionate to the activity of alpha amylase in the sample. এই কথাটা ক্লিয়ার কি? Activity in the sample. If n number of amylase is present in the sample, in first unit time, n number of chloronitrofenol will be produced. It is irrespective of the concentration of the substrate. তাই তো? Which is proportionate to the alpha amylase activity in the sample. Second point, sample required. Sample required, which sample we use for estimation of amylase. So we are estimating what? Serum amylase. So we have to get serum sample. Serum sample is required, for which blood should be collected in which vial? Red cap vial. So write down, serum is used for estimation of amylase and blood is collected in red cap vacuum. Red cap vacuum. ঠিক আছে? Serum is used for amylase estimation, for which blood is collected in red cap vacuum. For easy remembrance, all of the biochemical parameters are done from serum parameter except HbA1c, which is done from EDTA vial, because it is a variant of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is for hemoglobin estimation we require whole blood, and for whole blood we have to use EDTA blood, which is lavender colored cap, which has, okay. For all other estimation, all other parameters, we use red cap vial for serum separation. হয়েছে? Now next point, apparatus required. What are the apparatus required? Test tube, micropipette, tips and semi-auto analyzer machine. Test tubes, micropipettes, tips, disposable tips and semi-auto analyzer machine. Okay. Now reagent composition. Reagent composition. Here the buffer solution is named as Goods buffer. Goods buffer. GOODS. Goods buffer. So the reagent contains good buffer, CNP, like 2,4-CNP glycoside as substrate. 2,4-CNP. What is 2,4-CNP? The substrate. 2-chloro-4-nitrophenol glycoside. This is a substrate. So this is provided in the reagent, and in sample we have only amylase. Right? So from sample we will measure the amylase. So we have to provide the substrate. Substrate is present in the reagent. So in Goods buffer, this substrate will be there, and sodium chloride and calcium acetate is also there. Sodium chloride and calcium acetate. Sodium chloride and calcium acetate. So reagent contains Goods buffer, 2,4-CNP glycosides, sodium chloride and calcium acetate. Now come to the procedure. This is a kinetic method. Here we have to take reagent 1000 microliter and sample 20 microliter. 20 microliter of sample and 1000 microliter of reagent. Serum 20 microliter, reagent 1000. We have to mix well and aspirate into the machine. So as this is a kinetic method, there is no incubation period. We have to mix the reagent and the sample well, and we have to feed the machine. You all have worked with semi-auto analyzer. There is a nozzle and you all know how to feed a machine, right? So after we aspirate the sample into the machine will take consecutive 4 readings. Okay. So interval of these readings are 60 seconds. So write down that interval of readings 60 seconds and number of readings 4. Like 1 at 0, 1 at the initial time 0, then at 1 minute, then at 2 minutes, then at 3 minutes. Okay. So total 4 readings will be there and at the interval of 60 seconds. Clear? 1 at the 0, then at 1 minute, at 2 minutes, at 3 minutes. Filter used 405 nanometer filter. 405 nanometer filter is used, and the increase in absorbance of CNP is measured spectrophotometrically. Okay. The increase in absorbance or OD of CNP will be measured in spectrophotometer only at the filter of 405 nanometer. So we cannot measure this in colorimeter. No color, visible color change is there. Okay. Clear? Now come to calculation. For calculation, we know that concentration of unknown will be delta A per minute into factor. Here the factor contains everything, like concentration of substrate divided by the OD of the substrate. So in this equation, factor is provided. It is 3954 in this method provided by this kit. Okay, this is fixed for this particular reagent only. For other companies, same reagent, factor may change. Okay? For particular this reagent, the factor is this, and delta A per minute will be measured by the semi-auto analyzer only. So it will subtract OD from this, this and this, and will calculate an average. Right? And that will be done by semi-auto analyzer itself. It will show a result, direct result. But you should know the mathematical equation. Okay. Now come to the clinical interpretation. So result we got, we will get a concentration itself in the semi-auto analyzer. From that result we have to interpret the sample's nature, whether it is in normal range or it is high or low. So before proceeding to high or low values, we should know what is the normal value of amylase enzyme. So the normal value of amylase should be below 90 unit per liter. That is called reference range. Reference range is less than 90 unit per liter. Less than 90 unit per liter. And whenever we measure the enzymes, the concentration is given in always in unit per liter, international unit or unit per liter. Okay. So next comes the clinical correlation or clinical interpretation. So the value can come high or low. High amylase. For high amylase, we have to look for the sources. So one source is salivary gland. So any salivary gland tumor or salivary duct obstruction or salivary gland infection can cause increase in amylase. Salivary gland tumor, salivary duct obstruction, salivary gland infection, that is mumps. Okay. What happens in salivary gland infection? That is parotitis, parotid gland inflammation, obstruction, parotid duct obstruction, and tumor. Any salivary gland tumor can lead to increase amylase. Okay. Next source is pancreas. So acute pancreatitis. Acute pancreatitis. Number 3, obstruction in bile duct or pancreatic duct can lead to increased concentration of amylase. And number 4, that is pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer. Another cause is there, that is perforated peptic ulcer. Perforated peptic ulcer. So the causes are primarily based on the source of the enzyme, that is salivary gland obstruction, gland duct obstruction, tumor and infection. Next comes to pancreas, pancreatitis, acute pancreatitis. Okay. Next, pancreatic cancer and obstruction in bile duct or pancreatic duct. And another cause is perforated peptic ulcer. Okay. So these are the causes for increased amylase concentration in our serum. Next, the concentration where it is decreased, amylase concentration is much below. It is generally below 90, but if it comes around 5, 10, then considered as low, very low. So the causes of low amylase, that is chronic pancreatitis. Why chronic pancreatitis? In case of chronic pancreatitis, the infection or inflammation of pancreas is long going. So in that case, the normal cells of pancreas is generally necrotic, okay, or they are fibrosed. So the production of amylase is hampered. So in case of chronic pancreatitis, so how to differentiate between chronic and acute pancreatitis? It is the concentration of amylase. In case of chronic pancreatitis, the symptoms will be similar, the physical symptoms, but in blood picture we will get lesser amylase in chronic pancreatitis or low or normal level of amylase in chronic cases, whereas in acute cases we may see high amylase up to 1000, 1200 also. Okay, when the normal range is below 90, in case of acute pancreatitis, values come up to 1000 and beyond 1000 also. Clear? And also in case of hepatitis, sometimes amylase comes low. Okay, is this clear? So that was it about amylase. So just a quick recap, amylase is an enzyme that helps in breakdown of starch by breaking alpha 1,4 linkage, and it can be of salivary and pancreatic amylase, and the varieties are alpha, beta, gamma. Here we will measure alpha amylase, and the principle of this estimation method is the 2-chloro-4-nitrophenol glycosides in presence of amylase is hydrolyzed into chloronitrophenol and smaller carbohydrate moieties like maltose and glucose, and we measure the increase in absorbance in terms of increasing concentration of chloronitrophenol, which will be proportionate to the activity of amylase, enzyme amylase. Now the sample required is serum sample, as we are measuring serum amylase. Next, the apparatus, you all know about apparatus. Next comes the procedure. We will mix 1000 microliter of reagent with 20 microliter of the serum sample, and we have to mix it and aspirate into the machine. Machine will take how many readings? 4 readings at the interval of 60 seconds, and the filter we use for this estimation is 405, and here no color estimation or color intensity is estimated. Okay, only the spectrophotometrical estimation is done. Next comes the result. So machine will provide a direct result, but you have to know how to calculate, that is delta A by minute into factor. Here the factor provided by this reagent manufacturer is 3954. Okay. Next, from the result we have to interpret the patient's condition. So the normal range is below 90 unit per liter. If it comes high, the causes are these and these, like salivary gland involvement or pancreatic involvement, or it may be because of perforated peptic ulcer. In case of low amylase, it is mainly because of chronic pancreatitis. Okay, and sometimes in hepatitis also.